Hi everyone, welcome back to Southeast Exotics. So, before we even start off this video or before we do anything in particular, I just wanted to say I apologize for not keeping up with the uploads and we've been facing so many issues lately and everything has just been really quite annoying. So first of all, the reason the uploads were a bit iffy and that's why this is going up today is because we just moved property to a much bigger house, and basically the problem was that I couldn't get everything set up. I had issues moving all my tarantulas over because it takes a long time. So it just took a long time basically, and sorting out the internet, we had to wait so much longer for them to come and actually put it in and everything. So honestly, but we should be back at normal upload speed. We're gonna have a video on Friday, Monday, Friday, like we always used to. So this is a very big topic. And before I even tell you, I'm just gonna tell you about the spa spider situation. So basically they said that because the show was coming up, they couldn't dispatch my order. And then after, they sent me an email and said, oh, like 2 of your spiders aren't in stock. So I told them that I'll wait until in stock. So that will be a close video. They said they should be getting some next week. So yeah, but this is a very important topic because this topic is all about enclosure sizes. So in my opinion, this is such an important topic. Number one, because your tarantulas will not feel comfortable if their enclosure is too large. Now, I've had a message around 4 days ago. I'm not going to name any names, but he said his Petal Terrier, Regalis, and another one, Striata, that's it, yeah, they were not eating. And I said, okay, so what are they in? So he told me that they were around 2 to 3 centimeters, and he kept them in a tub this big, by like this wide and like this thick. So I told him, number one, give up on that, because slings that size need to be kept in sling pots, or at most like a little tub that's around like that big to that big and like that thick, no bigger. So very important, we're going to go through everything in this video step by step on what you want to keep slings in, juveniles, adults, anything like that. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you is slings. So slings are quite a crucial part of keeping tarantulas. 90% of people don't keep slings because in their opinion, they just take longer to grow up. So let me just grab a few slings just so you guys can have an idea of what we're really talking about here. Right, so I just grabbed a few more. So basically slings. Let's start off with smaller slings to bigger slings. So if we're talking about 1 to 2, maximum 3 centimeter slings that you might be getting from the spider shop, or you might be getting them from Portsmouth tarantulas, spa spiders, anything like that. So basically slings. Okay, this is a Wahini sling in here. I'm just trying to show you guys him. He's just been fed a little roach. So there he is, he's there in the corner, very tiny. But yeah, slings that size should only be kept in something around this size. Yeah, there he is. So slings this size can only be kept in something around this until they get mainly twice like big, like this big on the pot. And then you can change them. Now this is crucial because slings, when they're small, they will not eat. If they don't feel comfortable and safe, they will not eat. That's why it's really important to have a small space which they can web up, as you can see here, so they feel safe and comfortable in their environment. So that is the number one thing that you need to know about keeping really tiny slings. Secondly, when keeping slings, you need to really think about the portion of like what you're giving it. So like a cricket or mealworms, dubia roaches, red runners, you really need to think about it. So roaches this size should mainly get around a nymph red runner, which is around like that big. So smaller than the spider. Or baby crickets, very small crickets, so not micro. Micro crickets can be fed to 0.5 centimeters. but like that big crickets for them would be perfect. Dubias, dubias can be a little bit big, even on the smallest side of things, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, honestly, crucial, very crucial, knowing how to keep them. Technically, when you're talking about slings, it doesn't really matter if they're arboreal or terrestrial, because even arboreals will burrow because they're just small and they want to hide and anything like that. So honestly, slings perfect in these small tubs, which you get given when you buy the tarantula. 90% of stores that you buy them from, or online stores, I should say, not actual stores, you'll get a little sling pot, which is like this one. Now this sling pot is perfect. Some of them give you them in like these little tubs. Okay, I understand that is a problem, but try and get something small, even if you don't know. Yeah, you won't really be able to see them. But as you can see, they make it their home. So there is no extra space that they don't have or anything like that. So sling pots, 100% like this. So let's go on to some of the bigger slings that I have here, like the Metallica, Peacock Tarantula, and the curly hair. This one, here you go. Telecatla albopilosus. I guess that's how you say it. My pronunciation is really bad. My apologies. But, so, for the Metallica, for example, yes, it is an arboreal. Correct. I know everyone's saying it's an arboreal. Why are you keeping it in its enclosure? With Metallicas, I've had 4. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. I had 4 Metallicas. This is my only one. Now, the only reason that is because the first 2 I bought, they just didn't eat and whatever, and then they just died off. Because I put them in something like this, which we'll get onto later in the video. Now, that is not good for the tarantula itself, and it's not good because it's too big, correct? And that's why I'm saying enclosure sizes are so crucial when you're buying your first tarantula and you're not experienced. Metallica. This one I have never had a problem with in my life. He's growing to a big juvenile soon. And literally, I just put a cork bark in. He goes underneath it and he loves it, right? He absolutely loves it. Let's see if we can see his little bums there. He's hitting juvenile stage now, where he's about this big with all his legs out. See if we can get him out. But no, I don't think he'll get out. But yeah, as soon as he molts, though, I will be transferring him to an arboreal enclosure because then I feel like he's big enough. Humidity needs to be on point with Metallicas, 100%. But biggest things like this, as you can see, in a cup this big, this is, I'd say, what, 5 centimeters by 5 centimeter? I think, something like that. No more, I don't think. Maybe 7. Yeah, maybe 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. And as you can see, these pots are perfect. You can buy them on Spider Shop, you can buy them anywhere. They have holes on the side for arboreal tarantulas, which is great because you need cross ventilation and, of course, having ventilation on the top. So this is perfect for keeping high humidity for a tarantula. Now, going back to the Metallica story, they didn't eat, they didn't do anything, okay? The last 2 I had, one of them was in this one and another one was in the same one. Now, both of them was thriving perfectly fine and my other one got stuck in its mold. So I had nothing to do with that. The humidity was exactly the same with this one as with that one. So honestly, it was just bad luck, to be honest, at that stage. So yeah, so that's why crucial to keep tarantulas in their normal enclosures. So that's the peacock tarantula. Now let's go into the curly hair tarantula. Now this tarantula is quite big. I mean, not really, but as a sling, if you know what I mean. There he is. That's a curly hair tarantula. There you go. Now he's not that big, but as you can see, he is really, really cute. Honestly, the best beginner tarantula I think I could. I actually bought this guy from Davy's Little Beasties at the show, if you guys seen the other video. But yeah, they kept him in a little tub like this. I was like, no, let's move him into something bigger because he's going to molt again and then this will be perfect for him as well. But he loves it. Honestly, as he eats without a problem. He's got no problem with anything. It's perfect for him. So this is the type of enclosure where you're thinking of when tarantulas are around this big. Perfect, again, cross ventilation, top ventilation, perfect for these tarantulas. Now, let's get on to some of the juvenile tarantulas, because these are technically all still slings or bigger slings. Now, let's get on to the juveniles. So, zoom out a little bit. So, this one is a green bottle blue. There he is. See, yeah, there he is. That is a green bottle blue. As you can see, he's quite big now. So, I've had this green bottle blue ever since he was 1 centimeter, right? So, it was quite a long time ago. I've had him for a year. So, this is how big he grew, or she grew, hopefully, in a year. So yeah, as you can see, the webbing is gorgeous on these ones, and this one is an arboreal, believe it or not. That's why I keep it in an arboreal enclosure. But this was only moved around 2 months ago. I only moved him into this enclosure. If you guys saw that video on Instagram, where there was no webbing or nothing, that's when it got moved. So he was thriving, no problem, in literally no bigger enclosure than I would say this before I moved him into this one. And now he actually starts climbing and stuff because he's reaching his adulthood slowly but surely. And he wants to move up to his natural habitat. So that's why it's crucial, for example, for arboreals, don't move them straight away. Move them when they're around this big, because then they'll actually start going up. But yeah, so this is kind of the juvenile arboreal, which you need to. Cups like these are perfect for him. And of course, feeding, again, twice a week, perfect. Adults, once a week. Now let's go on to more of a terrestrial one, juvenile. So this one is my Sasmai. Um, he just molted. If you guys saw on Instagram, I posted not a video, a picture. There he is. He's gorgeous now. Do you guys remember when I said about the blue coloration? Let me try and get a light on him. Move this a little bit. Let me try and get this light. There you go. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? The coloration is amazing. Like, it even looks better like in real life than it actually is. There we go. Very blue. And as you guys saw him, he had a very, like, not a really nice color to him, if we say that. So yeah. So terrestrials, again, this is perfect for him. Let me put his height back. So for terrestrials, this size of enclosure is perfect. Now this is about like 20 centimeters now by 20. So this is perfect, right, for sling juvenile that big. He's around like, what, that big? Probably, yeah. So like that big, perfect. I will transfer him, not anytime soon, but on his next molt, he will be transferred. Or actually, we might do a rehousing video soon, guys. So stay tuned. So perfect for juvenile, something like this. Now, let's go on to adults. I mean, this one's quite close to an adult, but I'll show you terrestrials and arboreals. Need to zoom out a little bit more. So here is a terrestrial enclosure. I think I showed you the curly hair before. I mean, not the curly hair, the salmon pink. So this is a salmon pink tarantula. I mean, he's very close to being an adult, probably like a mole off or two. But there he is. He's massive, right? So like he is big, and especially when he like moves his legs. Let me try and break him a little bit. Oops. Yeah, there you go. He's big. He's very, very big. So as you can see, an enclosure like this for a salmon pink is great, honestly. No, probably I won't have to move it again. Maybe two more times, probably, until it reaches its complete biggest form. But yeah, I've had this guy since he was this big. So it's quite nice to see him this big. But yeah, so this is terrestrial. So they're just quite simple. You know, they don't really require a lot of humidity. Just make sure that the floor's always wet for them. And yeah, but this is quite literally a very big tarantula. So yeah, this is arboreals when they grow up. Honestly, I mean not arboreals, terrestrials, very easy. You know, this is just how it is. I mean, this enclosure is perfect for him. He will eat, not a problem. Let's actually see if he will eat for us. Let's grab a roach. Right, let's grab a dubia roach. Let's see if we can find one that isn't too big. Um, trying to find one, guys. Now, right? Yeah, we'll do this one. Right. So, this Dubia. Maybe he's not hungry. It happens. It happens sometimes when this one usually gives us the best takedowns, but he might not be hungry at the moment. You know, he doesn't really look that hungry. So, yeah. So doesn't really look like he's into dubia roaches, but I still see if he is he not. No, he's really not. I mean, he might look like he put it in. I don't know, but I will leave him. Yeah, I don't think he'll. Anyways, I will just leave it there in his enclosure like that. Hopefully he'll eat. He might be in pre-molt. I mean, his bum looks quite like he's in pre-molt, but it's not shiny black yet. So I don't know. But let me go and grab the arboreal adult, or very close to being an adult. So as you guys remember, we bought a feather leg baboon. So this is the feather leg baboon. It's kept in an arboreal acrylic enclosure, probably by 40 by 40, no 40 by like 20. So basically there she is. Let me just see if we can. She webbed it up a little bit, but the one thing that I can do is I can show you guys from the top. So yeah, so this is the feather leg baboon. Honestly, not recommended for beginners at whatsoever. I mean, you have to be quite stupid to get this as a beginner, but yeah, there he is. This is a female, sub-adult female. So let me close it quick before she like runs out and eats me. Right, this is a adult female enclosure. So this is what you're kind of expecting to get if if your tarantula, gets to this big. So this is it, and this will be perfect for another 2 molts because it's a sub-adult female. So probably one more molt, and then she'll be moved into her final enclosure. So that is our biggest one. So that's basically all you need to know about enclosure size. Is just make sure that you get it down, because you don't really want to make mistakes, with your tarantula, because they're great, and it's just not worth it, because got web everywhere, because they are lovely creatures, and it's not nice, wasting them over just some silly mistakes or silly things that you guys heard around the internet. So yeah, so I don't know. I'll try and feed him because he hasn't eaten in like ever since he molted. So I'll chuck just a tiny little dubia in there for him. Probably won't finish it, but we've got crickets literally on the way now. We are making like a colony. So stay tuned for that one, because we're gonna make a colony. Yeah, no, not really. So we're making a crickets colony, and we'll see how that will go, how that will turn out. But yeah, I will let you guys know either way. I don't know where stupid dubia went. It went underneath. So, anyways, but I will let you guys know how that goes. And yeah, and then I will see you guys again on Friday. This video is going to go up today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up and comment something. Check out our videos on the left and right hand side corner. Also subscribe to us to see future content. And yeah, and we'll see you guys again on Friday. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something. And yeah, we'll see you again on Friday. Bye bye.